What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name is D, and together we are Guiding D-Light. Woo-wee. I'm stepping into this grace and gratitude of Christmas. I hope you guys are too. Here we go. So, we got an opportunity here to really expand ourselves in the spiritual body of the essence, if you will. So, 12-12-21-333. The amount of energy available to the pineal gland has been increased. Now that energy comes up through the medulla oblongata, right? So why is this important? We always work on our pineal gland. We want to strengthen our third eye, but what happens around there, right? There's a fluid that actually goes in there, right? Are you keeping yourself properly hydrated? Right? Because that's going to make the purification of the fluid that surrounds those organs and those glands, right? I don't know if we can call them organs, but we'll call them glands. Pituitary glands right there too. You know, there's another sense gland as well. Look up the imagery. But that brings that vision. That brings the energy to the vision. So now with this gateway portal, crossing of the x-axis, whatever you want to call it, as this energy increases, it's really important to understand and pull that energy up through and into your medulla oblongata, right? The more you can move energy through your body, the more you can specifically move energy into certain regions, right? But this energy codex of this energy with this portal opening, if you will, that energy is codex to go through, right? To have that closer to experience to source, right? Because we were always surrounded in spirit, and the more we massage and work that muscle and understand all the things that we can't see that go around us, right, it can be a little disturbing, and it can affect us mentally and emotionally, right? So when we become mentally and emotionally sound, we're able to have these other experiences because it won't alter the chemistry within our mental and our emotional bodies, right? But without that all being said, this energy's coming through. It's really going to uplift the vision, uplift the pineal gland to be in the right codex of the harmony, coming in to 12-21-21. 333 again, right? So 333, and then we're going to look at how we're going to see what we want to see, how we, gracefully, right? And what I want to understand here too is this stuff doesn't happen overnight, right? So we got to be humble and happy with gratitude and grace from where we've came from, right? You know, we've all been in certain situations. We've all had certain things done to us. You know, some of us have been beat up and chewed up more than others, right? I see myself coming up into that out of suffering, right? And it's so peaceful and humbling, but I still remember, just a short 5 years ago, how I didn't even want to go have a job. I couldn't even really stand to be around people. It was just like I was too empathically attuned, and nobody could understand me, and all I wanted to do was stand on top of the mountain and shout, right? And that worried people. It made people scared, or like, man, you need help, right? Very mentally imbalanced from the program's balance, right? So to bring some of those emotionals in to heal this mental body and to become more sound, right? Get back into, I don't know, the 3D rat race, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really worried about, I'm worried about uplifting people as I work. I do my work. Obviously, you have to keep your job. But it was very humbling. I'm on my way to Pennsylvania right now to go check out a steel mill, and on my way there, my boss calls me and he says, "We'd like to tell you you've been promoted." And I'm like, sweet. It had been something that was on my mind and I've been wanting to achieve, but in the same sense, I was just doing what I know what I need to do, right? And helping people have that better experience within their life, right? A lot of people have said, but you want to make $1 million, figure out a way to help 1 million people, okay? As you start sharing your testimony, sharing your story, right? Because everybody's got a story of how you become you right now, right? And that story is going to keep maturing into this beautiful book of you, right? So as you come into this understanding and this balance, as you're writing these new chapters right now, understand the energy that's coming in. it's coming in hot. So learn how to move that energy through your body. Let it give you that greater vision. Let it open your perspective. Another thing that came in my mind is I've been on this drive. I've been driving for about 3 hours here, so I'm nice and warmed up. But the don't allow, what was that? I'll come back to it. Don't allow substance to be the source of you attaining substance. Right? So the substance, don't rely on substance to get substance in your life, right? If you can become hooked and high on life, right, and you have these hurdles and obstacles that you overcome and you become purified in your person, right? It doesn't take a substance, because you're putting a substance inside you with that gratitude and that humbleness, right? And, to have the understanding that you are the substance. You don't need another substance to counteract you. I think it's really important. So I'm glad that message came through. I'm not saying, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. But obviously moderation is where it's at. If you get dependent upon a certain time in a day doing something that needs to happen in order for you to function gracefully, you need to re-alter that and look at how you can become gracefully 24/7, right? That's why it's a process, it's a layers. There's so much to it. But right now where we're at, right, we don't want to be stuck in this shadow work now. How can I prepare myself? We want to be positive. We want to have the vision right now. We want to come into the grace and the magic of Christmas time, the grace and the magic of the Lord's Son that was born in this parallel time continuum flip switch, right? If you guys ever notice when you have traumas, when those reunions come up, how that trauma kind of sinks in. Same thing when you go to a funeral, right? You go to a funeral, it's an unfortunate thing, but you realize and you remember all the other funerals, right? So that quantum entanglement of these situations, when we can straighten them out and we can empower ourselves to get through different obstacles, we get on a straight and narrow path when we put our faith in the Lord, right? We become the conduit and everything just streamlines. The struggle and the chaos can't really stick to the mental or the emotional if the physical and the spiritual body is pure. Right? So understand where you're at in your wavelengths, brothers and sisters. The portal, the interlocking entanglement of the stars aligned within our solar galaxy is boosting this energy up. I hope you guys can feel it. Come 12/21/21, there's going to be a release of souls from an organic standpoint. A lot of you have been seeing it as butterflies. I've also been seeing it as diamonds as well. But it's this, it's that call back to source, right? A lot of us that are watching this right now have already had that calling, and we've been processing it and we've been pounding it out, right? But you got to look at the enemy we're up against, right? They don't want us to succeed in our energies. Right? They want us to stay depressed and miserable and in a lower frequency, right? So that calling is coming, and we need to be there for the people who are being called back to, because they're going to be the ones that are easy targets, right? And the target, so to say, the crosshairs are going to be taken off our shoulders, because we've reached a crescendo, a plateau, where it's really no longer beneficial for them to try to alter our mindsets, our energies and stuff. In fact, it actually causes them to waste energy, right? So they're going to see this new flush of beautiful souls coming alive, and that's where the attack point is. And that's when we need to stand strong in our presence and our testimony and our story and say, look, you got this, brothers and sisters. This is how we did it. This is how we're going to get through it, right? Obviously getting back into the shuffle of whatever you want to call it, the economy, let's put it that way, right? It's not really a rat race in the way it is, but if we want our economy to be similar to what it is right now, you have to put in an input into it to help get the outputs you desire. So I'm putting all these inputs in, I'm putting all these desires in and stuff, but really wiped coming into a bigger city. Energy's starting to get a little dense. Can't stay in the flatlands forever. But yeah, we're coming into this energy, this power. Just if you're really wanting to focus on spiritual gifts, right? My biggest advice to you would be understand the energy. Get the energy flowing through you. Okay? I think we missed a turn. But anyways, guys, you stay awesome. You be you. Stay empowered. Remember, this energy's coming through. It's just, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, here we go. This is what I was coming to. If you want to focus on these spiritual gifts, if you want your intuition to come on, you want your ears to come on, let's focus on getting energy flow through the body. And right now is a perfect time to do that because you have supportive energy. So sit in your meditation, get your breath work going, and feel that energy come through your feet and out your head. And if you're more aligned to the stars and you're way out there in the galaxies and you're floating around and you're having these interactions, then come top down and put some energy back into the earth so that you can codex yourselves and your cells, evolve, expand into the beautiful version that you were intended to be, and we just be. So with that said, you guys, stay awesome, be you, stay true. Till next time. Peace!